Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Big thanks to all my new subscribers for tuning in and sticking around. If you're new and you want some quality background noise, then feel free to hit that subscribe button yourself. I'm on the road to 1,000 subs, so don't miss the chance to become an OG of the channel, so that in the near future you can say that you've been down before the come up. Lots of stuff in store, so go ahead and join the fam. Also, I'm thinking of covering topics that don't pertain to hip-hop in this series too, such as NBA stories and whatever else, but only if y'all will be into that. So if you guys will be interested, just let me know in the comments below. Now, as far as today's topic, this was suggested in a previous video, so keep those suggestions coming. I know Pusha T has been trending lately because of the Drake beef resurfacing, but I figured I'd go through with this topic since I already started it, and since there are literally thousands of channels covering the Drake beef. So let's dissect a beef that started damn near 20 years ago and didn't even originate from the artist at the forefront. Our story starts back in 2002. With the Neptunes behind them, the clips were released grinding and lunch tables were never the same. After that success, the remix would follow shortly after and would feature Nori, Birdman, and Lil Wayne. Later that year, Pharrell, Chad Hugo, and the Clips would collaborate on the song
You know that what happened to that boy?
on Birdman's self-titled album. This is where issues began. It had been rumored that the Neptunes weren't properly compensated by Birdman for their work. According to Ebro in the Morning, Pharrell wasn't paid at all, but I've read that only a partial payment was received.
No, Pharrell did the beat.
Is it
This is Neptunes. This is it.
straight Neptunes,
So
right?
this is a
That's what I thought
Neptunes
too,
record.
yeah.
But anyway, there was a non-payment at this point. And if you look back, Pharrell never worked with a Cash Money artist after this moment.
So understandably, this would lead to Skateboard P not wanting anything to do with Cash Money moving forward. A quick side note here, through Jacob the Jeweler, Pharrell met Nigo, the founder of Bape, around the year 2001. Bape was on the decline in Japan, and Pharrell became somewhat of a brand ambassador and was able to help revitalize it by flexing the gear in public and scattering it in music videos. Eventually, Nigo would work with him and become co-owner with Pharrell on his Billionaire Boys Club and ice cream labels. Now you're probably asking yourself, what the hell does this have to do with Pusha T and Lil Wayne? Well, because of the situation with Birdman, in 2006, Wayne was reportedly denied by Pharrell when requesting to wear Billionaire's Boy Club gear. Absolutely no fucks were given though, because Wayne would be seen wearing Billionaire Boys Club in the Hustler music video, and also wore Bape on the cover of Vibe that year. Although Pharrell didn't own Bape, it was commonly associated with him at the time. This is where the Clips stepped back into the fray. They'd released the song Mr. Me Too featuring Pharrell, which basically called people out for stealing their style. It was beyond obvious to everyone that shots were aimed at Wayne, so it was understood by the public to be a diss track. In November of 2006, Pusha would take another shot at Wayne on the intro to their Hell Hath No Fury album, simply by saying the following: "I'm the best since he died, and he lied." Upon clarification, Pusha says he was referring to Biggie when he said he died, and referring to Wayne when saying he lied, as to say that Lil Wayne's claims of being the best rapper alive were BS. In an interview with Complex the following month, Wayne would be asked about the Clips and would say the following: "I don't see niggas like that. You talking to the best. Talk to me like you're talking to the best. I don't see no fucking Clips. Come on, man. Wheezy, man. They had to do a song with us to get high, B. What happened to that boy? Come on, B. Don't do that, dog. This is the fucking legend you're talking to right here. 14 years, B, and how many years them niggas been around? Who the fuck is Pharrell? Do you really respect him? That nigga wore Bapes and y'all thought he was weird. I wore it and y'all thought it was hot. Come on, man. Come on now. The nigga walked around with niggas that looked like you, y'all thought he was crazy. If I did it, y'all gonna think these niggas are killers." There was more in this interview that was said, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read the complete transcript. Pusha would respond to this during a visit to WWHV in Virginia and double down on Wheezy copying the Clips and also bring up the infamous pic of him and Birdman kissing. The Clips would continue going at Wayne in a 2007 interview with Lace magazine. "You can't kiss other men, you can't wobbledy-wobbledy, and you can't bite styles. You can't bite everybody's styles. You can't try to rap like Jay-Z, dress like the Clips, become a coke dealer after 5 albums, and now dress like Jim Jones. You can't do all that and be a legend. You have to be a trendsetter, and he ain't setting any trends. By February 2008, Pusha would drop more bars on Wayne and Birdman on the intro to We Got It For Cheap Volume 3.
Sorry, but I don't respect who you applauding. Little nigga flow, but his metaphor's boring. Don't make me turn daddy's little girl to orphan. That would mean I'd have to kill baby like abortion.
Things were gradually dying down, however, but in May of 2010, the Clips would join Young Jeezy on the song Illin', and Pusha T would make another reference to Wayne in response to Jay-Z deeming him his heir to the throne and the best rapper alive. He'd tell Hova, "Don't pass the crown too soon." A small line, but enough to get the internet buzzing for a moment. However, at this time, the Clips were the last thing on Wayne's mind. He had been battling legal issues and began his time behind bars just a couple months prior. By November 2010, he would be released, and a few months later, Pusha T would actually congratulate him on his freedom. And with that, everything was all good. So by 2011, Pusha T was officially solo and signed to Good Music. To those who think he only started taking shots at Drake a couple years ago, you're sadly mistaken. He took one subtle jab at him in 2011 and one not so subtle jab at him in 2012. Drake wouldn't respond to the first jab, so Pusha would make sure that people knew who he was talking about on Exodus with the following lines. Contract all fucked up, I guess that means you all fucked up. You signed to one nigga that signed to another nigga that signed to 3 niggas, now that's bad luck. Referencing that Drake was signed to Wayne, who signed to Birdman, who also has a boss that he answers to, or so that's how it was perceived. Wayne would waste no time firing back on Twitter by tweeting out "fuck Pusha T and anybody that love him," then would release the diss track Ghoulish the very next day. Pusha would appear on Hot 97 the following month and call the response trash.
What was your opinion of Wayne's response?
That was horrible. It was horrible. It was trash. It wasn't good.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Now the beat. How'd you feel about the track?
I didn't like that either. I didn't. Well, you know what?
The beat was kind of chunky.
But you know what? But no. But let me say this. I didn't like it for that type of record. Yeah, like it wasn't.
Got you.
It wasn't that, and I didn't feel like in all honesty, man, I haven't said anything about it because I didn't think it was like good enough to respond to. I didn't.
Wayne would have an interview with the Associated Press shortly after and talk about the beef or lack thereof. It really wasn't no beef, you know? It was just me, I just reacted. Just a reaction, a simple reaction. I don't apologize for it because I'm human, but it was just my human reaction. I don't take it back, but there's no beef. Beef is a whole different thing. I'll move on. And things died down between them for the most part after this. In an interview with DJ Envy in late 2013, Pusha T would explain his side of things as far as why he kept it going. The thing is though, you can't just let things like that go because they got so many fans that by the time it gets quiet, everybody gonna start looking at you like he just gets over on you. So I just play with it and have my fun with it. And then he's rapping bad, so that doesn't help. So things went quiet between Pusha and Wayne for years, and then obviously in recent years the noise was between Pusha and Drake. In 2018, during a visit to Power 106, Pusha was asked what he would do if Wayne hopped in the middle of their beef again. And Pusha would respond basically by saying that anyone can get it, stating that he's been doing this alone for a long time and has no concern for who decides to get involved. In an attempt to play peacemaker, Rick Ross concocted a plan to get Pusha T and Wayne together on Maybach Music 6. Neither party was aware of this though. Ross has a good working relationship with both artists as well as Drake, so from his perspective, he was looking at the bigger picture and wanted to bring both guys together to squash everything once and for all. Unfortunately, when the song was released, Pusha T's verse was missing. Many speculated that Push fell back once he was informed who would be on the song with him, but according to his business partner, Push actually gave the go-ahead to use his verse even after being informed that Wayne was on the track. He'd go on to say that the issue would have to stem from the producers and the owners of that album. A popular theory is that it was removed due to lines targeting Drake and Ross not wanting to potentially damage the connection that he has with him. But again, that's just speculation, so let me know what you guys think about that. So earlier this year, Wayne made an appearance on Drink Champs. Nori, who was ironically there way back when this started, asked him about the origins of the Pusha T beef. Wayne said he had no clue how it even got started. Then he said he was blindsided by the news that they ever had a feud, which may or may not be BS. But I understand if you're determined to leave the past in the past. And now we're here. As far as my stance goes, I like to ask one question. Why the fuck can't Birdman pay people? This is literally just a domino effect from his bad business, and Wayne was left to deal with the aftermath. Not saying that he didn't add fuel to it, but 2 decades of disdain could have been avoided and we could have potentially had some dope songs with both of them on the same track, but again, that's pretty much the story. And yeah, I'm sure there were a lot more subtle jabs and shots taken over the years that I left off, so leave anything else additional that you may be aware of in the comments below, and also give your thoughts on who you sided with, if anyone. Would you like to see Pusha T and Wayne collaborate in the future? Is that even possible, or is it off the table permanently because of the situation with Drake? Sound off below, and don't forget to help a small YouTuber out with a subscription and a like. These videos take way longer than they should to put together, but I'm working on getting a better setup, so stick around for that growth. And yeah, with that said, man, take it easy, everybody.